Welcome back, GMA gamers. This is your digital lord and savior, Sigtal Lord, with the rap god himself, wearer of the Damassian crown, Jeff. Jeff and I, we just witnessed a very spectacular game from Phoenix, beating the league what was an unstoppable force up until this game. So my question would be, looking at these players, knowing now that they really have a lot to show still yet. What do you do if you're Phoenix to keep the lead, and what do you do if you're Blitzkrieg to stop it?
I think if you're Blitzkrieg, you gotta give your bot lane a little bit more support. I think that Alpha and Peach just sort of opened up that game by carving out such an enormous lead in the bot lane. We talked about Pistol Crab still having a pretty solid game on that Yorick, being able to play to what probably was their win condition initially, which was the Yorick split push. Took a lot of turrets, was wreaking havoc with that Maiden in the side lane, but it didn't really matter because the rest of the map was so much in favor of Team Phoenix already.
Well, we've talked about the advantages Phoenix had. We've criticized the selections that Blitzkrieg had. We're going to go into this next game. It's a fresh palette, folks. Carte blanche for Blitzkrieg. Let's see how they handle it. Tabula rasa, as you would say. Boy, oh boy, just get out your Greek thesauruses. Let's go through them together. Champ Select does go into this game right now. Now, we are seeing that Phoenix is on the blue side, so they do get the benefit of the blind pick and the counter pick. Sorry, they get the hampering of the blind pick and the benefit of the counter pick.
It's interesting to me how much respect the Gregosaurus Annie has been getting. Not that it's not deserved, but Annie is such a let's see, I'll say one-dimensional champion that it surprises me a little bit that teams aren't willing to come up with a way to counter it, and instead are just like, no, we just don't even want to deal with it.
Um, I think it might be looking at the rest of his pool. I can understand the logic if you're looking at someone that plays Nico, someone that plays these other champions that you actually have a benefit you can play around, where Annie can just set back. She can just wait to press Tibbers. But we are going to see these bans come across. The Goon Stomp will not, neither Goon Stomp nor Gregosaurus will get the benefit of the Galio. Both of them have played it now, this cup. Tom Kemp's
And Hecarim was banned away.
Ooh, that's the fast one. Let's see how they try and compensate. Morgana comes across a potential three-way flex. I'll hold my guns on that.
Yeah, I like that first pick from Phoenix. We saw them ban it away in the last game, so clearly they don't want to play against it. But now they get it first, and you don't know where it's going if you're Blitzkrieg. Lilia picked up on the other side. Do you think Lilia can still be flexed, or is Lilia pretty much only viable in the jungle at this point?
It's a feather in Pistol Crab's cap. I feel like it's a smart blind pick. I think he piloted it well enough it could play on the top side. I do like the Seraphine pick. It answers a lot of issues that they had. My opinion was they didn't really have the absolute best engage. It was very situational for Blitzkrieg.
Alpha will get that Caitlyn again. Obviously, a really, really comfortable champion for him.
I'm always dumbfounded at the lack of respect for Caitlyn. Like, you don't really see it banned. People always feel like there are stronger picks, but the results never show that.
Yeah.
And I feel like Peach has shown more than enough pool diversity. Don't ban the Zyra. Folks, take this. If you're going into Week 5 versus Phoenix, or if you see him in playoffs, don't ban the Zyra. Give him the opportunity to fail on it. That's a lot of pressure to be under. I do like the Olaf pick coming across for Jester OG. I feel like he does a lot of the same things as the Hecarim. Some things better, but certainly he's nowhere near as a threat in team fights. Certainly more pick-oriented. The Renekton top will secure the Lilia in the jungle, unless it's Renekton mid.
Unless it's Renekton mid, which I feel like does really fit into Goonstomp's playstyle a little bit. He likes playing those beefy bruisers in the mid lane.
It certainly would be a champion that has a lot of good opportunity to dodge a Morgana. if the Morgana is going to be flexed. We are seeing the ban come across for the mountain itself, Malphite. I like the ban, but I think people are. I don't know if the comps that they have really would have utilized a Malphite to the fullest extent. So you might have looked at banning the Ornn like you talked about.
Two bans aimed at Eternal there, yeah, at the very end.
Big respect. I think they don't know what to do about the mid, so it's just easier to ban out the top lane. We do see the Twisted Fate ban coming across. I would love for it to be Renekton mid for all that to not matter. That would be quite funny.
It's the Mira, okay. So I don't want to deal with that out of J-Dog down in the bot lane. I'm interested. I mean, we saw Eternal just play a really, really good set game. And I wonder if they'll put him right back on that again. Yasuo in the mid lane would be... Nope. We're going to hold on to that for a second at least. And I have always felt like Jinx is one of the best options when you're going up against Caitlyn in lane. Playing against Caitlyn in lane is just oppressive and annoying to begin with, but I feel like Jinx is one of the few champions that can at least sort of handle the laning phase.
I agree, and it also makes me think the Seraphine's mid. I don't like Seraphine Jinx. I feel like Seraphine really doesn't utilize her full potential, or Jinx's full potential isn't reached in that bot lane. And I feel like they would know that. So I think this is Seraphine mid. I do like the floating of the Kayle.
Boy, that would be... I don't think I've ever seen Gregosaurus play Kayle, so this would be a surprise and an exciting one if this does get locked in.
If it's Renekton mid, though, that answers it pretty readily.
And, they're going to go Brand, and we won't even know which one's mid and which one's support.
I think we can safely say that is Morgana in the mid lane. If you have the performance you did there, I don't know if you flex that, especially without full knowledge. Oh, and it is Renekton in the mid lane. Seraphine and the bot, Jinx being played by J-Dog, and the Lord of the Shadow Realms himself, Viego, being piloted by the Lord of the Admirals. I'm less excited about the Phoenix comp than I was. I'm excited to see Olaf on the map. I feel Jester OG has shown more than high enough skill ceiling so that he can execute well. But by gosh, I have no idea what I'm talking about with the Brand in the mid lane and the Morgana in the bot.
Yeah, Brand is an old favorite of Gregosaurus going way, way back, much like Annie. So not surprised to see him pull that out here.
So my question's for you. So you've built a comp as Blitzkrieg around team fighting, from looks of it. The Jinx scaling, Seraphine being able to engage fully on with a clear ultimate, and she has 2 solid melee range champions she'll be able to extend her ult off of. The Lilia is just an AoE machine. It seems like there's so much CC available in their kits, and AD to clean up the team fights from Jinx and Viego. Playing into a very damage-heavy AoE comp, lots of engage from the Ornn, Jester OG having the flexibility of the Ragnarok, Brandon Morgana, Caitlyn to continue damage throughout. My question is what exactly does they've kind of switched roles where blue side is seeming to be the you got to get a pick. I don't know how that comp team fights unless it's like kind of kiting away. What are your thoughts? I'm talking a whole lot, but I need to be listening. What's happening?
I think that this game, if it's even once we reach team fights, it's really going to come down to how the Olaf ultimate, Sigtau Eternal's dash that immunes him from crowd control, and the Black Shield of Princess Peach are utilized, because you mentioned how much crowd control, how much engage and pick potential there is on the side of Blitzkrieg. And so I feel like that looks great until all of a sudden, let's say you pop, Renekton jumps in on somebody, but his stun gets immune by a Black Shield. Or it's Olaf, or it's Ornn, who just don't get stunned, and all of a sudden now you're in the middle of the team and you've done nothing. So I think if you're Team Phoenix here, you're once again in a position where you can sort of sit back and you don't really have desperation to get ahead early, because I think that you have the more traditional front to back style comp with Ornn and Olaf being able to just hold the front line. Princess Peach is going to keep Gregosaurus and Alpha safe in the back line. Whereas Blitzkrieg, once again, I use this pun so many times, and it almost makes me cringe that I say it, but they, once again, are true to their name in that they're the team that wants to run at you and wants to start skirmishes, start fights, and kind of make the game wild and crazy. And I think if Phoenix can avoid allowing that to happen, they'll be pretty happy with the result.
Well, you've heard the prediction, folks. We have a little bit of time left. I want to see it in chat. Go ahead, show your emotes, spam those peaches, spam the crabs. Let's finish tonight strong. For all our viewer friends out there, I also want to encourage you to watch these people feed and help feed others in real life. We are working with Feeding America during this cup, a strong partner of ours. We've raised $510, hit some incredible milestones, and we'd love for you to be a part of reaching some additional ones. We have a goal of $750, and we're at $510. Help us reach that goal before the end of the split. If you hit the green D, that is donate, we would really appreciate it. It helps feed hungry families in your communities. If we were to do a quarter per peach emote in chat, Jeff, I think we'd have hunger solved. So,
Man.
guys,
yeah,
come on.
Fix the world.
Go ahead, go ahead, spam those peach emotes and just give us a little donate. We greatly appreciate it. Well, there was a 5-second loading screen. I'm not even skipping it, folks. I'm not even skipping it.
Everybody's computers are too fast. Can't even look at the skins.
I can remember, Jeff. I used to be a smoker when I played League of Legends first time back in around 2013, 2014. And I could, when we finished Champ Select, I could go smoke a cigarette, get me a snack, come sit down, and then enjoy a conversation about peace and war. But before we even made it to the jungle.
Yep, I hear you.
What a world to live in. What a world to live in.
Technology has gone too far.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Neither team looking for some level 1 shenanigans this time. We did see Blitzkrieg coming out with an invade last time. I guess we can sort of look at the skins now. But, oh, does Broloff have chromas now? He must. I've never seen that. I didn't realize that Broloff had chromas now.
Let me get him on the screen. I wasn't even looking. Oh, he's got a ref shirt on?
Yeah, I did not know that Broloff had chromas.
Wow. Okay.
Makes him a little bit less of a bro, in my opinion, but that's okay. Looks like we have opposite jungle starts, so Jester starting on the top side.
Oh, look at this board synergy. Look at this.
Oh, look at that. Yeah. Oh, no. Who did that? I almost want to go back and rewind just to see. Oh, Alpha's just going to harass him a little bit with the Q. Maybe channeling his inner Hohenheim. But they won't really succeed in getting anything done there. Although J-Dog and Smokey the Bear will be a little bit late to this minion wave, and they will... Yeah, I don't think they're going to get XP from those first couple of minions. So actually, Peach and Alpha do accrue a slight advantage off of that.
Big brain stuff, Jeff. Big brain stuff.
I wouldn't understand it.
Yeah, it's above my caster pay grade. Well, we do see even CS pretty much across the board. I'm sure once waves equal out. So, I'm wondering, with this pick in the top lane, Pistol Crab has a few things that Eternal doesn't. He has a much safer ability to push out, just because that prance allows him to move so quick. And if once he hits 6, he can just sleep you and walk back. I don't think Eternal has the same benefit, but the grasp from Eternal is paying dividends right now.
Yeah, I got a really, really big chunk out of the deer right there. And dodged a Q there from Pistol Crab as well, so favorable trade so far. Pistol Crab jumps in, but nice job juking away from that wall before Sigtao Eternal's charge could hit him. And Sigtao Eternal has to be a little bit careful because Lord of Admirals is on the top side. He should know, given that, you know, the bot lane. Oh, actually, they jump in. Gregosaurus could be in trouble here. Goon Stomp Already on him, but Jester is there. Look at the Olaf. The map presence from Jester has been so good in this series. This guy has shown up. Who is the substitute here, man? He is playing out of his mind in this series.
Absolutely terrifying counter gank from that Olaf. So the bro helps his frat brother in the mid lane. They're able to walk away. I'm just so curious. What do you do here? How do you play out that scenario now, knowing that this very well could be the end of mid lane Renekton? He's such a priority necessary champion. You really need him to succeed, or else it's just famine the whole game.
Yeah, I mean, he burned both summoners there, trying to get in. Gregor Stars will still have teleport to get back to lane or to be able to go assist the side lane at a certain point. I do think that Jester OG missed out on an opportunity to go get double Scuttle Crab there. Immediately after that mid lane gank, he got the bot side crab and probably could have ran immediately to top side. But that's okay overall, still a really, really positive trade for Team Phoenix. The Lord of Admirals is on the top side now. Sigtal Eternal needs to be a little bit wary of that. But once again, probably has an idea that Lord of Admirals is in the area, expecting that he would have gone for that crab immediately after that mid lane exchange.
So where should we be looking for the Blitzkrieg turnaround now? Not that there in any means this is game over. I think that the 1.5K gold difference is pretty misleading at the state of the current game. Just reading the power spikes of these champions, I don't know if that money's been thoroughly used yet. I mean, Olaf did back, but what is the opportunity for Blitzkrieg to kind of to get their feet back oriented? This game's nowhere near over.
Yeah, I think you gotta look top lane. You do see a slight CS lead being accrued, at least more so than was in game 1. So Pistol Crab trying to carve out a little bit of an advantage there. And the bot side, huge CS advantage for Alpha over J-Dog. But that lane has been pushed throughout the game as well. So if Lord of Admirals can find an angle down there, Viego not only, with that with the mist can be a threat to lane gank as well as come through the river. So there will be opportunities there if Alpha and Peach continue to push up aggressively.
Well, I mean, they're showing that this is their game and we're just participating in it. So my consideration, and not to one self-hype and two to take this time to plug the podcast, which I know everybody that's listening listens to. I've been preaching the benefits of assaulting J-Dog in the bot lane, and I'm so glad that a team is picking a winning bot lane combo into J-Dog, and it just seems to destroy the pacing and positioning of this Blitzkrieg squad. It looks like they really need a stable bot lane to be able to contest these Drakes. And Phoenix, it looks like they figured it out. They've got a solid strategy, win bot lane, slow down Crab in the top lane, and Jester OG going punch for punch with Lord of Admirals. I mean, this might be the secret sauce to beat down the Blitzkrieg boss. I'm wondering now, what do you do as Blitzkrieg to play through this map? Late game, I think that the Lilia could be a huge threat.
Yeah, it's going to be an incremental comeback for Blitzkrieg if they are able to get one. Although Jester OG goes in, doesn't have Ragnarok available yet, so Goonstomp goes all the way to the backline on Princess Peach, and Jester OG should go down here. Nice job by Pistol Crab to be down here. Will take down the Olaf. That's a nice shutdown. Going over to Goonstomp. Meanwhile, on the other side, though, J-Dog is taken really, really low. One more auto from Alpha. We'll get him, but then he does step onto the Chompers. They were about to expire, but went a little bit too early. Pistol Crab should pick up another kill. No, it'll be... Oh, yeah, he does get it, actually, with the damage over time passive. Sigtal Eternal had teleported that entire time, decided not to answer.
I guess getting a beneficial state in the top lane was a priority. They did narrow the gold gap there to roughly 1k gold. Princess Peach is in the bot lane by herself into this 2v1 scenario with Goonstomp rotating towards the bot side. But I think he was just scouting vision, checking the Drake pit for any loose wards and recall.
And Eternal does get 2 plates. Obviously got some CS, some XP out of that. So overall, it's not a terrible trade. It was only 2 kills for 1, and so those 2 plates basically make up the gold on its own, and then you have the XP advantage as well.
Well, now with the 2K gold lead back, very well done by both teams so far, keeping it very competitive for us, the viewer. I keep yelling at you to spam it in chat, and you guys are doing such a good job. Thank you for participating and watching with us today. We are seeing the Scuttle, Rift Herald, Scuttle's big brother, going down. Sheldon does go down, and it looks like it is going to be in the pocket of Phoenix's jungler.
I've never heard anyone call it Sheldon before. I like that.
Well, if I'd have said sister, I would have went with Shelly. But, you know, honestly, I shouldn't have
could
said
be in trouble up here. Splash away.
Flash of the Night, potentially. That was very well done. That would have been a clear kill in the top lane.
Yeah, absolutely. Jester still had Ragnarok available, so he lands that first axe, and you are absolutely dead. Goonstomp is coming up, looking for Jester OG, along with Lord of Admirals. Sigtal Eternal will slow them both down, and they will walk away just fine. Mid lane, I mean, Goonstomp got that kill onto Jester earlier, but this CS advantage in both the mid lane and the bot lane is starting to get a little bit out of control.
Oh my god, the damage!
Yeah, Smokey the Bear
Terrified!
taken really low.
Alpha just playing like it's my lane. Get out of it. Oh my gosh.
It's Alpha's bot lane. We're all just hanging out, watching the kingdom.
So, with a needle and thread usually, but I'm just trying to tax words. I really want to try and paint this as a closer game than it is. Looks like priority for both teams is definitely favoring.
Oh boy! Wow, what a play! Really, really nice from Alpha. Smokey the Bear went out with the Seraphine ultimate, and Alpha just put a trap under her feet at the exact right moment, and then the net to follow up.
That is a 40 CS difference in the bot lane. Goonstomp going in. He does have... Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, Lord of Admirals is going to come in as well. Gregosaurus should go down here. I can't imagine that he'll be able to escape this one. There's the miss. Gregosaurus, valiant attempt, but does go down. Princess Peach and Alpha continuing to chip away at this turret down in the bot lane. But here comes Lord of Admirals, disguised as a brand. But Jester OG is on his heels, and this could get pretty scary for the Viego, who is back in his natural state now. Goonstomp is coming down to try to help, but it'll just take one more auto. Jester OG is so strong right now. Goonstomp has no more cooldowns. A double kill for Jester. This guy has been so good for Team Phoenix in this substitute role.
Oh, Cole the Meek would have not stopped Jester OG there, so Renekton just goes down. What positioning do you think was going through the mind of Jester OG? Because he was favoring that bot side. That rotation was so clean, and I'm wondering why Lord of Admirals even went into that fight there. It looked like he had the opportunity to walk away.
I'm wondering if he thought he could live just long enough for, you know, Goonstomp to be able to show up and help him. Maybe underestimating just how powerful that Olaf was at that moment. See all 5 plates being taken in the mid lane, and it might be in the bot lane as well. Meanwhile, they're chasing on to Lord of Admirals again. Teleport coming out from Sigtal Eternal. They're going to go straight to this next Drake, which should be spawning up any second now. This is always an annoying moment when you're the team that's in position. You just have to watch this dragon hop around the wall for a while before you can hit it. But I think they should still be able to get it, as Pistol Crab does not have teleport available. And yeah, between all 3 lanes, you've got 11 plates having been taken for Team Phoenix, as opposed to only 1 so far, actually, for Blitzkrieg. So that's a huge gold disparity. Infernal Drake, or excuse me, it will be Infernal Soul in this game, which, you know, it's pretty good for, I feel like, for a brand Morgana that can just tag you with damage so easily. It's really nice to have that extra proc.
Pretty good. I think downright terrifying. With the CC available to him, with that damage follow-up, it is very interesting to see how this will change the priorities for Blitzkrieg, I think. I think you really have to make sure this next Drake buys you that extra 5 minutes of scaling time. Jinx needs it. And I know that even though he's behind, it looks like J-Dog isn't too far from completing his first item. And I think that having that in your pocket really could be a huge turnaround. Jinx just does so much damage in the late game.
Yeah, the question is, can you get to it? And what are you going to have to cut through first because, oh my gosh, Smokey the Bear taken so low. Alpha is just 1v2ing down here. Gets him with the snipe on the Piltover Peacemaker. There's a charm actually from Smokey. I'm not sure what the point there was, but goes down for his trouble, and this turret is going to fall. That's going to be 2 turrets dropping completely through all the plates in the first 14 minutes. What an early game from Phoenix.
I don't think if I'd have gave you 3 guesses to tell you what the outcomes of this game would look like, you'd have told me that.
It was interesting. Jester just sort of stood still, seeing Lord of Admirals right there, and kind of gives away the shutdown. Meanwhile, on the other side, Sigtao Eternal is going to get slept. Going to be in a lot of trouble charging the turret, but no one else was close enough. Mega Death Rocket is a little bit late, so J-Dog won't get any participation out of that. Gregosaurus will just shove this lane in the mid. So a positive play there from Blitzkrieg, and a little curious. I'm wondering if Jester was a little overconfident there, just sort of allowing Blitzkrieg to initiate onto him.
Maybe. Could be some big brain stuff. I really think it was just very intelligent play from Blitzkrieg. My concern now is you have a game state where you have a top lane where Blitzkrieg could farm safely. So go ahead and go up there, J-Dog. I feel like you could really hold that lane pretty safe. Lilia can play in the bot side and give you that a little bit more Drake opportunity, perhaps.
Smokey might go down again here. Gregosaurus is chasing. There's the ace in the hole. Oh, the shield comes up just in time.
Clutch. Very clutch.
Oh, Goonstomp is just going to get ripped apart here by the range damage. We do see a pretty solid advantage for Pistol Crab here. 40 CS lead, 41 actually, in addition to having participated in 3 kills, while Eternal has not participated in any so far. So there is a bastion of hope up there in the North Pole for Blitzkrieg.
Well, looking at the build, that Pistol Crab's going down. The Leandries is going to give him incredible team fight. Jester OG is going to catch Lord Admirals there.
Yeah, Lord of Admirals did not know he was on a ward there. Actually ended up stepping on a trap as well. Piltover Peacemaker comes over the top, and Alpha is on a rampage in this game and also in this series, to be honest. This guy on the Caitlyn has been a machine the last hour or so. Smokey the Bear could be in trouble as well. Infernal Drake means that wall isn't there. You're going to get caught out. Nice snipe from Peach on the binding. Chester OG just running along the other side of the wall. Didn't even need to be there. And Phoenix, they might have lost those 2 kills up in the top lane a little bit ago, but they are still rolling. Rift Herald summoned up to help them do it.
They are ankle deep in gold right now. 4K gold advantage at 16 minutes. Drake is about to pop in less than a minute. Top side is still standing, but now the bot sign is all the way at Nexus. Jester OG pushing onto Renekton.
Seraphine ult only hits Sigtao Eternal, so not very useful, and that's a big cooldown down. They do allow Shelly to get that next charge onto the turret. Will go down now. But yeah, I assume they'll just peel back for this Drake any second now. Alpha's at about half health, taken down to about 40% health now, but there isn't really enough threat. And actually pulls out the ace in the hole, and nobody blocks it. Smokey was just left hanging out to dry there. On the other side, Jester against Lord of Admirals, but Jester has friends. Lord of Admirals is all alone. They jump in onto Princess Peach. Great stopwatch. Dog and Pistol Crab will just have to run away. J-Dog is gone. The Jinx is dead. The Drake is about to spawn. This could be an inhibitor followed by the Drake.
Well, we have 2 members of Blitzkrieg up 15 seconds before we see anyone else come. They're slowly walking towards what would be the 3rd Drake for Phoenix. Game state right now, we can take a look at the gold in this moment of peace. Things look very similar to last game. Alpha setting on tons of gold. Stellar performance out of Jester OG has him now at a 3K gold advantage, 2.5K gold advantage over his lane opponent, Lord of Admirals. In 5 minutes, we can see the action go to 11 as this 7K gold lead in favor of Phoenix puts a potential death nail in the first 2-0 victory for Phoenix and the first 2-0 loss for Blitzkrieg. You have to be watching this game, wondering what might have changed for either team. But folks, this is just playoff buff. You can feel it coming. Is this the magical? Is friendship magic just work closer to playoffs? Does Phoenix just get figured out from here on out? Oh, this is just starting. What a fun league to be a part of.
Yeah, this is so cool to watch right now because, as I said at the start of this this set, there's a lot of pressure on Phoenix, given the teams right next to and slightly ahead of them earlier tonight pulled out 2-0s, and it was up to Phoenix to find a way to keep up pace. Sigtal Eternal could be in trouble here. Lord of Admirals and Pistol Crab, they're picking on him again. This Ornn is all alone. Should have no way out. Yeah, it does go down. And actually they get a shutdown, even though Eternal had only had 2 kills. So it's always a little interesting to me how, I don't really know if that should be worthy of a shutdown, but good job by Blitzkrieg finding a pick, finding something. And now Princess Peach has to be a little bit careful. Gregosaurus is nearby, big brand damage, and Lord of Admirals will go down. It was all a bait. Alpha's around the side, all alone actually. This Caitlyn will get rooted up. They don't quite, oh, nice flash. The Chompers were a little bit short of their target, and then Alpha was able to flash away from the Seraphine ultimate.
These players playing out of their minds.
Oh, and now J-Dog rooted up. That's a death for sure. Morgana bind lasts 18 years, and you will not survive that long. Sigtal Eternal looking for the snipe with the Ornn ultimate. Smokey the Bear taken pretty low. Or excuse me, Pistol Crab taken pretty low. Ace in the hole will not take him out as Smokey the Bear blocks it.
Well, we have 15 seconds till Baron comes up, but I don't know if it's a priority for this Phoenix squad. Jester OG in the top lane trying to push the wave up. It is very good positioning for Team Phoenix right now if they were to start the Baron, but I think they're just securing their advantage.
This is one of those games where I'm wondering if it's even worth it for Team Phoenix, or in a more anecdotal sense, the team that's ahead, to even threaten Baron, to even, or not threaten it, you want to threaten it because you want fights, but to even go for it, because I think you're so far ahead that you don't really need it, and you don't want to risk any chance of Lord of Admirals stealing it. I think the risk versus reward is not in your favor to even go for it, and just as I say that, they do start it up. I would imagine they'll turn, though, if they see anyone coming. Lord of Admirals hanging out in the mist right now. There's Mega Death Rocket, so they have vision. And Lord of Admirals jumps in. Wow, they did coin flip it. They gave him the opportunity, but a great smite from Jester, and the fight should be one-way traffic now. Princess Peach does go down, but on the other side, Jester OG is just wreaking havoc. Ace in the hole finishes it off, and that should pretty much wrap things up here. An ace on top of Baron.
Man, 15 seconds before the first Blitzkrieg player is back up. TP to the bot lane is going to allow Gregosaurus to continue pushing. Olaf able to just walk up. They are going to take one inhib. We now have Smokey the Bear up. They are pressuring in the mid lane as the whole team collapses. They're pinging the Nexus. Let's win this game. Walk up. Jester OG taking damage. Looks
I'm
like
not sure if you want to go fully for the base here. I appreciate the guts. But yeah, Lord of Admirals jumps in. They do get down to Jester. Doesn't have Ragnarok available, and he does go down. Smokey the Bear lands a nice ult onto multiple targets, and J-Dog finally has the Kraken Slayer completed. So dealing out a little bit of damage finally. Sigtal Eternal taken really, really low. The zap got him. That's big. Now the resets can come out. Gregosaurus gets caught on the turret for a second, and all of a sudden, Blitzkrieg has a little bit of hope. It's a triple kill for J-Dog, and Peach is the only one left alive. Drake will be up relatively soon, and that could really, really be an overreach from Phoenix that we'll see if they end up regretting.
Well, we are going to see Drake come up with Jester OG being down. Princess Peach really the only person who could threaten. Looks like she is walking through the opposing jungle right now, taking the blue buff. There's only one ward available to Blitzkrieg for them to see what might happen. For some reason, my mouse isn't transitioning. Sorry about that, folks. Looks like they will be there, trying to set up for this Drake, but slow and steady. Phoenix is coming back up.
And Peach just chunked Lord of Admirals down to about 50% health off just a Dark Binding and Tormented Soil combo. So nice job there. You see Blitzkrieg, they know that they have to take this Drake. They have to go for this. Jester OG is nearby, though. Could get in. He's a little bit late to the party, and Pistol Crab actually picks it up. But if you're Blitzkrieg, you do not want this fight. I don't know why they decided to fight afterward. This is not going to go well for them. Goonstomp taken really low. Smokey the Bear already gone. J-Dog in the back just firing away at the Morgana. He will get one kill, but that's not really going to be what you needed it to be. J-Dog going to go down here to Sigtao Eternal. Gets caught by the Call of the Forge God. In the back line, Lord of Admiral's doing a good job, but Jester OG dipped on that fight about 20 seconds ago and just decided, I'm going for the base, and that's going to be the game.
Nobody
really
will get back in
nice
time.
series from Team Phoenix. Jester OG, the supreme sub, coming in, pops a stopwatch for some swag there. Sigtao Eternal's just keeping Lord of Admirals at bay. Jester OG almost walks onto the fountain steps, will eventually finish it.
Incredible set of games. Phoenix showing a level of performance they haven't shown quite yet. We are going to pull up stats, folks. Just stay with us. Getting a little bit of an error in my client, so that's what's causing that. All right, there we go. We're just going to cut straight to it, folks. You can take a look at the kill count and see yet again this was Alpha's World, 10, 3, and 6. Incredible performance from everyone on this Phoenix squad. Standout night for them. I think that Pistol Crab showed why this is such a successful pocket pick for him, being the team leader for Blitzkrieg. I think Goonstomp, 4, 5, and 4 is more than a respectable kill line KDA for mid lane Renekton, but it doesn't look like he was able to get anything outside of that first item. And it was just so difficult, an uphill climb, really.
Yeah, especially after how that first counter gank played out, when you get 2-0'd by the jungler and the mid laner of the opposing team as Renekton. It's so hard to play from behind in that kind of matchup.
Yeah, and just look at this damage difference. Even if we isolate the Lilia damage, which was just stellar, the people you really wanted to see much higher are the Viego and the Jinx, and it just wasn't there. You expect when you're playing Renekton for it to really drop off late if you're not ahead, but seeing it even with what has been OP in the meta for the past few weeks, months even, Viego has been such a force. It's very different to see Lord Admirals playing at that level. I'm excited to see how they adapt and grow. We'll take a look at one or two other statistics, folks. We'll take a look at total damage dealt. As you can see, huge bar coming from the Olaf here. Just damage everywhere, but lots of sneaky damage as well coming across for both teams. And then vision scores, definitely the Peach vision control is just so strong.
Continues to be, a really big deal.
It just provides that lane kingdom that Alpha has and just allows it to just thrive.
Yep.
Well, Jeff, I want to end tonight on a high note. So what's on a high note for Blitzkrieg? So they're still a very strong contender for best team in the league right now. What changes would you make? What feedback would you give them?
Well, I think that first of all, and this maybe goes out to the entire league. I think you got to take Alpha off of Caitlyn. Peach and Alpha have just been so dominant in lane, not just this week, but in other weeks as well. And Caitlyn is probably the most oppressive laning AD carry out there. So I think you put him on something else. I don't know if it's ban-worthy, maybe just pick it away or something. But if you're Blitzkrieg, you don't hang your head too much off of this. Let's be frank, they've looked so good up until this point. It's probably, maybe complacency is a natural thing to happen after 3 straight weeks of dominance. I expect them to get back to practice this week and just say, all right, like we know we can perform better than we just did. Let's get back to being who we are.
Well, I think that's solid feedback. You could really take that to the bank. Really, it's life guidance more than anything. You really are a master of the mic and a master of the mind, Jeff. Folks, we do have a lot going on in the Discord this upcoming week. This upcoming Saturday, we have the alcohol suggested but not required Among Us stream. Tuesday night we are going to have GCF, and Wednesday we have the podcast. So much to enjoy, and it's absolutely free. What are you going to do with yourselves? Make sure you click that link in the doodly-doo down below to join our Discord. For those out there viewing right now from the YouTubes, make sure you hit the follow. We cannot say enough thank you for joining us for an exciting set of games, 3 of them total, coming right into your eye holes every Sunday starting at 5:30 Central Standard Time. That will be us. That will be it from us here at the GMA casting headquarters. We want to thank you, and we hope you have a pleasant evening.